Good morning. Thank you for coming to the Glens Falls Civic Center on what we believe is a historic moment in our travels of the 1979 built arena. My name is Jeff Mead. I am the general manager of the Civic Center. First, we'd like to thank some of our local friends that have helped us get along these last couple of years. Senator Betty Little, Assemblyman Dan Steck, Glens Falls Mayor Jack Diamond, the Warren County Chairman Ron Conover, the Glens Falls Common Council, the President of the Common Council, Mr. Dan Hall, the Warren County Board of Supervisors, Adirondack Regional Chamber of Commerce President Tori Briley, and Lake George Chamber of Commerce and CVB Executive Director Michael Consuelo, along with Ed Bartholomew, President of the Warren County EDC. So thank you. We certainly want to thank our Adirondack Thunder and season ticket holders. We need you more than ever, so thank you for being a Thunder season ticket holder. Certainly the Adirondack Coalition is here today, supporting me in our efforts, and our new hockey coalition is here as well, who is helping run the Adirondack Thunder hockey team, so thank you all for being here today as well. As many of you know, we've been fortunate to receive over $2.75 million in New York State grants over the past 2 years since the coalition took over. With these funds, we've been able to renovate the arena. Certainly, as you walk outside of the building, you see the outside video board, which is relatively new. Probably the biggest upgrade we've done inside the arena is our new video board and entryway signage, which we believe has kind of transformed the arena. We now have arena-wide Wi-Fi. We painted those old yellow girders, new modern gray color. We've been able to renovate our locker rooms over the last year. We've done many new projects. The lighting in the arena is all brand new, LED, state of the art. We've refurbished our food and beverage areas over the last year. So truly, we've gotten a lot done with the building the last 2 years, thanks to our partners in New York State. And as I'm sure you've known and you've read, we fixed the front and the back of the building. That obviously wasn't a planned change, but it's done and our building is secure. So certainly, we're excited as to where we are. We know we've got a long ways to go in terms of cleaning up the building and modernizing it. We've got a lot of plans as to what we're going to do in the future. But we're very happy with where we're at today. Certainly, we get a nice shiny building and all these new modern amenities, but if we don't have people come to our arena, we're still not a success. In 2016, over 200,000 people came to our arena, which is a big upgrade over the year before and certainly the prior year. So we're excited about that as well. A few notable events. Brenton Gilbert was here a few months ago. We sold out the show. I believe that was the first sold out show the arena has had since Fish. So certainly we're excited about that. The next night we had over 3,000 people here for a Christian show. The WWE has come back to the Civic Center the last couple of years. We were proud to host the 2017 ECHL All-Star Game, which was another big night for us. We're on national TV. Another great night for the Civic Center and its storied history. We've had a lot of Christian shows, a lot of concerts, hard rock concerts, circuses. The Harlem Globetrotters came back last year for the first time in 10 years. That was certainly an exciting night for our region. We have plenty of more announcements coming for the fall and the spring. We know a lot of you are excited about some of our hockey announcements, so bear with us. Trust us, we're working on it. We'll have it out to you real soon. But obviously, everybody came here today for a major announcement, and I won't carry on any further. But to make that official announcement, I'd like to have Dan Burke, Coalition President, come up and make that announcement. So, Dan.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Off script, just for a minute. I remember a few years ago announcing the coach of the Thunder, and before that announcing the Thunder was coming. The crowds have gotten bigger for these press conferences. I think we've got your attention, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate you paying attention. So, Jeff, thank you very much. And let me thank all of you for being here. What we at the Adirondack Civic Center believe is yet another milestone in the history of this building. But before I continue, let me take a minute to recognize the members of the Adirondack Civic Center Coalition, the Adirondack Hockey Coalition, and the Glens Falls Civic Center Foundation. Raise your hands, please. Raise your hands, come on. These folks put a lot of time and effort and hard work it is. Let me tell you the selfish thing why I had them recognized. See those people who raise their hands? Now you can call them instead of me. Most of you know our story about us entering into a lease purchase agreement with the City of Glens Falls for the arena. Our mission is to make the center a long-term, viable entertainment and sports venue for all members of our region and beyond, and enjoy that for many, many years to come. Then Calgary decided to exit the ECHL, and we stepped in to purchase the team because of its importance to this community as well as to this building. I believe we've made great progress so far with the help of our board members, Civic Center staff, through strategic partnership with the city, the county, the state, as well as an enormous amount of help from Senator Little and Assemblyman Steck. But as you all know, at the end of the day, we need funds to help us fulfill our mission with this building and the hockey team. These funds have come from various sources: donations, sponsorships, strategic partnerships, enhanced revenue, and even naming rights, as we already did with the video billboard in front of the arena with Glens Falls National Bank. Oh, that hurt.
Thank you, Dan.
I crossed it out 3 times and somebody reprinted it. But thank you very much to Tom and the bank, very much. Well, we're all here today because in the long history of this building, no company has taken the opportunity to name it. I believe that in part because the success we're having in enhancing the building and the significant increase in the people walking through our front doors, that putting your company's name on this building is a great strategic opportunity. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to announce on behalf of the board of the Adirondack Civic Center Coalition that we've entered into a 5-year agreement to rename this building. Ladies, the Cool Insuring Arena. VP of Cool Insuring Agency.
Well, it might be raining outside, but I think the sun's shining here in Heritage Hall. Wanted to say that beginning from day one in 1979, the agency has been a season ticket holder and a dashboard advertiser in this building. We're acutely aware of what this building has meant to our hometown community and its businesses. We have a lot of respect for Dan Burke and the Coalition Board, an incredible assemblage of business talent and acumen here in the local community. Dan, Elizabeth Miller, Murph, still can't believe you're president of the bank, but Clay Ashworth, Ed Moore, George Ferrone, Paul Conant, Claude, Nick Caimano, who we kind of started this conversation back in Florida back in March on a golf course, believe it or not. So Dan, when people volunteer in the community, sometimes, they coach a Little League team or they join Rotary or Kiwanis, but you take on some pretty big chores here, managing a 125,000 square foot building. I had a chance to work with you when I first moved to town in 1985. Many below zero mornings at the Queensbury Hotel, working on a basketball tournament program with Doug Kenyon. We also worked together on the YMCA capital campaign, probably 15 years ago. You and Tina Marshall, $3 million or so, $3.5 million, I think we raised. You've done a heck of a job in this community. So we've had a number of discussions with the coalition over the years. We made a fairly decent financial contribution back in 2014 when things kicked off, and then we subsequently made an additional contribution in 2015. Then more recently, with the Keep Hockey Here initiative, we had a lot of back and forth going on, and it finally came down to this, where Dan said, if you can commit for 5 years, we'll put your name on the building. And that's what happened. So how did we get here? Business success today causes you to really look forward and to be innovative, always looking for a new and improved way of doing business. Sometimes, however, it's important to look backwards. So how about like 160 years backwards? We can trace our legacy at Cool back to 1857. Charles Cool was born in 1858, and at the age of 21 in 1879, he purchased an insurance agency from the Hartford Insurance Company that had its roots here in 1857. So that's how our legacy gets back to 1857. So from there, Charles was active in local politics. I don't know if the mayor's here or not, no indifference to the mayor, but Charles was a Republican. I have to say that to keep Grasso happy too. Charles served on the village of Glens Falls as its president, and he also participated in writing the city charter, which ultimately was approved by the state legislature and signed by Governor Hughes, a Glens Falls native, in 1908, creating the city of Glens Falls. Charles Cool then became the first mayor of the city of Glens Falls. I'm not finished yet. When not selling insurance or governing the city, Charles founded the Union Telegraph Company. He was director of the First National Bank, which is now TD Bank. He was also a director of the Empire Theater and the Glens Falls Land Improvement Company. There's more. Charles served as a fireman with the Finch Hook and Ladder Company. He was a member of the vestry of the Church of the Messiah, and he was a Mason and an elf. If they were giving out the J. Walter Juckett Community Service Award 100 years ago, I think Charles would have been a recipient. I'd like to take a minute to introduce my partners. Tony Mishuda is here, Ira Neifeld, Mike Grasso. We're part of the 4th generation of Cool Insuring Agency. Following Charles Cool's passing in 1932, local history buffs might remember Hugh B. Brown, Phil Peck, Warren Roulard, and Bob Cowan as owners of the agency from 1932 to 1982. So we are the caretakers of a 160-year business legacy. This building is important to the community, therefore it is important to us. Perhaps we'll sell a couple more policies as a result of this naming opportunity. But what really allowed us to make this investment is the strategic partnership that we've enjoyed over the years with our clients. From the government sector, we're proud to represent the city of Glens Falls. From the manufacturing sector, we have Finch Paper, Barton Mines. In the healthcare sector, we do business with the hospital and also Hudson Headwaters. In the construction trades, we have Miller Mechanical, Montana Laughlin, Gross Electric, and Partner Hammond. So in closing, I see Tori Riley here. Tori has visited with me, and was always inquisitive about what's the keys to our success. And I've explained to her that we're a business service organization. We're only as successful as our clients are. So again, I want to thank all the local businesses and individuals that have allowed us to handle their insurance and risk management programs. Excuse me. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to make this commitment to the Civic Center Coalition today. Thank you.
Now we're going to have Dan Hall, President of the Glens Falls Common Council, come say a few words. Thanks, Dan.
On behalf of the city, I just want to thank Cool Insurance. As a former mayor, that was a great thing. I'm sure he would be very proud today to have the name Cool in this building. We've come a long way since January of 2015. When the city went ahead and basically lease the building to the coalition, you know. And my friend Doug Kenyon always talks about, what a great group of people they are. You should see these people. They're workers, man. They know what's going on. And he's right. I mean, just look at the progress that we've had here with this group of people. And talk about civic pride. You know, you go all the way back to, you know, Mr. Cool, you know, what he did and all the accomplishments that Jack just talked about. You know, what this coalition is doing, what this building meant. I remember speaking with Ed Moore, telling him about our situation that we had with the city, that the Civic Center was costing us too much money to the taxpayers. You know, and he got all fired up, and you know what happens when Ed Moore gets fired up. So, you know, this is where we are today. We've come a long way, and I wanted to tell you that on behalf of the mayor and the county council, we couldn't be more excited to have that Cool Insurance across the front of the building. So, congratulations.
Folks, that's the end of the formal presentation, but now it's time for questions and answers, and we'll be happy to take them. Anything from?
Why don't you set the 5-year mark in that agreement?
Well, from our perspective, and I'll speak a little bit on behalf of Cool, we're going to put some capital, they're going to spend some money on some capital improvements and put it up the new sign. And so if you're going to make it worthwhile, it just needs to be more than a couple of years. And we also want a longer-term commitment on the revenue. That's how we get this place where we want to financially. Yeah.
What are the financial terms of the agreement, and what will this enable you to do moving forward that you would not have been able to do otherwise?
Well, the financial terms of the agreement is favorable to both of us. What it enables us to do is fulfill our mission. Our mission is to make sure that this is a viable arena venue for sports and entertainment. And as I alluded to quietly, without money, you cannot do that. The hockey team is a very important contributor to the bottom line of the building. Remember, we started our mission with the building. And because we have the hockey team because it was important to the building. So this is monies that are going to go into the coalition's accounts, if you will, to help us fulfill that mission. And that includes running the building and running the hockey team.
I looked back in our archives this morning, and the Glens Falls Civic Center Foundation first started trying to sell naming rights in 2004. So if you think of the kids from Queensbury High School and South High that graduated a few weeks ago upstairs, they were starting kindergarten when you started trying to sell naming rights. What has brought it to this point?
I can't speak for those days. I can just speak for the last couple of years. It has been on our strategic planning to-do list. And we had a lot to do before we got to this point. And to be honest with you, when we took the arena over 2.5 years ago, selling some of the naming rights would have been a heck of a sale. We weren't sure the hockey team was going to stay. The building certainly needed some upgrades. And we needed to enhance the number of people walking through the door. And with the help of Jeff, the coalition, and all of the above, we've been able to do that. And now we have a building that I think it feels pretty good to have your name on it. It's not for free. Yes, sir.
Is this our name now, Cool Insuring Arena, or is it still Glens Falls?
No, it's now Cool Insuring Arena. Let me warn you right now, this is like telling you not to pay attention to the ticking clock. Every time somebody says the word "that cool" in a sentence, it's always out of context. Well, that's cool. It's really cool. It's the Cool Insuring Arena. Cool Insuring Arena. Yes. Anything else? Anybody else?
What about the team? Did you guys complete the
We did.
on the sale, and what about an NHL affiliation?
On June 30th, we completed the transaction. But let me make it very clear that we did not complete our financial obligations to have that transaction go through to its total, to the end. to look at it this way, we took a mortgage, we put a down payment on it, and we owed them some more money. We have obligations to the ECHL, financial obligations to the ECHL. So we still are very much in the fundraising mode. Make sure that's clear to everybody. Just because you can close on your house, but we still owe the bank a lot of money. It's your house. It's our team to run. It's our team. It's our team right now. So back to the affiliations. Now down the to-do list. We're working very hard on pinning down and signing the contract on the affiliation. Knock on wood. Hopefully we have another one of these press conferences in the next couple of weeks to announce that. And the same thing can be said. I'll get your question is about the coach. We've got to pin that down now. But I do realize that there are so many hours in the day, and this was an important step to get that team, the closing, taken care of, and now to get everything in place it needs to be. Jeff certainly has got staffing he's got to start to address now that we've got to put in place. So no rest for the weary. As soon as this press conference is done, we're going to get everybody's butt back to work. Anybody else?
Dan, was this a competitive situation? Were there others? Did you have conversations with others? And who approached whom as it relates to Cool?
If I'm talking to my boss, it's all because of us. But no, we were a combination of the above. Yes, we did talk to others. It was a combination of them asking us about it and us reaching out to people. So it was both. And yes, it was a competitive situation. Yep. Anything else? No?
When does the new sign go up on the building?
Oh, you know how that goes. Now we've got to get a contractor, we've got to get bids, we've got to get the, dancers so we can approve the sign who's not dancing. Go through the planning board. So there's a process. There's a process. But I don't want to put any time on it, but it would be ideal so when we pick up the season again in the fall, when people really start coming through here in earnest, we've got this all taken care of. That's the goal. Question? Anything else? Folks, you are incredibly supportive. Your attention is really appreciated. I can't emphasize enough to keep telling you, we're not there yet, but we've come a long way. It's because of everybody in this room and the support and the attention that you give us and the financial support you give us. Keep it going. The summer is a funny time because people don't think about the arena, but we're going to have ice in here in about 3 weeks. We start back up again. And, that's all what we're here to do is make this building available to everybody, anybody that makes sense. Matter of fact, I drove by here on Saturday and on the parking lot where people in gowns. And I looked at Jeff yesterday and said, tell me there was a wedding or something in there that day. And there was. Somebody used it for the reception. It's our building. It's our team. Thank you for your support.